Hey guys, it's Blake Trout here, and we're here for our PCBL 13 Week 5 analysis with our battle against the Mega Mart Mega Punches coached by Scout or Probopass, but you know. And so far, I will have to say that we did go a little crazy, made a little manifesto and a little rant on Discord. That happens sometimes. Things be crazy, and all that. It's chill, it's okay. Anyways, I'll probably go to explanation on how the team operates. You see, everybody's all shiny. I really wanted this game to be all shinies and all that for this time. So, I'll probably go for a full explanation on which Pokemon I'm doing. We've done this for 4 weeks already, so here it is for week 5. So, Behemoth the Mammoth Swine. Look at that green, pukey shiny. I gave it the good old fashioned Icicle Crash and Earthquake. I mostly just put no attack investment inside of it, mostly because I realized that Earthquake will still one shot Raikou. It'll still one shot all the Earthquake weak Pokemon I need to knock out. So my idea was, did I just do something? No, I guess I didn't. Anyways, back to what I was saying before. I basically went for like a max defense set, more so to just withstand Ceruledge, because with this team composition, Ceruledge does fry me pretty bad if it gets to do that typical endure set. That's mostly what I built off the fact of being like so anti-rain that they would not expect for me to do it. I mean, I could do rain again or not do rain again. It really is depend. But when it came to Mammoth One, I thought to myself, instead of doing the typical scarf set or sash set or band set, let's do a light clay dual screen setup. I feel like that makes sense in my head to do it that way, mostly on the account that it makes sense. Because if I'm just bulky enough to withstand things, then I can literally just not set up, but just be able to cook without any issues. Mostly, Mammoth Swipe is not going to be set to be the ultimate killer, but I mean, the only Pokemon that really get in the way of it being able to cook at all is, of course, Ceruledge. Even with Thick Fat, Bitter Blade still hurts like hell. Even more so when it's powered up by Weakness Policy. I wanted to do Stealth Rock, but then realized that's not going to really be necessary. On to the next Pokemon, we got Diggle Thompson, Thunderous Therian, with heavy duty boots in case we got hit with some, uh, you know, stuff. Well, I actually do suck at doing this with no script. Okay, well, we're not going to need a script. Back to it. Grass Knot, Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, Nasty Plot. Grass Knot's mainly just to get a nice hit on on any type of ground type switch in. I think it was for Ursaluna Blood Moon. But my issue with Ursaluna Blood Moon was more so the fact that if it is like a assault vested, if I could be at least like +2 in doing it, it's an easy 2-shot. With Thunderbolt, it's like I don't really need to worry about pivoting and much, and Thunderbolt just gives me some really good quick damage. Because 90 accuracy, that's still a good amount. And then if we have Sludge Wave, mostly just to hit pretty much actually have something that can hit Mega Sceptile with. That's what Sludge Wave's for. Then Nasty Plot just gives me that fresh ability to just boost myself up. And if I do have the screen set up, that's why I kind of went with the 120, 148, and 240 speed. We're just fast enough at this speed range to outspeed Genesect if it does happen. So we can sweep if possible if we kind of get rid of the fast stuff and all that. And then when it comes to that 145 special attack, +2 will be at like 726, and we'll just start really causing a ruckus. But again, the only Pokemon in our way is Ursaluna Blood Moon for this Pokemon. That's why I kind of a Grass Knot. It just makes sense to put it against Pokemon that are just ground types. This is a nice form of coverage. Then we go to our star, Coordinates, the Iron Moth. And this set does look kind of different though, right? So I mostly went for a bulky 136 HP, 12 special defense, 120 special attack, and 240 speed. The reason why is because I'm basing it off of how much power it can do at the absolute lowest. And it does basically one-shot Iron Jugulus. It one-shots... one-shots max special defense, Mantine, Calm Nature 2. It one-shots it guaranteed, no matter what. So I would want to take advantage where I would be in Substitute, and then just activate Meteor Beam, and then just start sweeping through it that way. So any Pokemon that's slower can't hit me. Any Pokemon that's faster, I can at least not get hit with any damage. And the only thing that kind of just screws me bad is, of course, Ursaluna Blood Moon. Really starting to realize Ursaluna Blood Moon does kind of fry me, too. I didn't think about it that far. But if I kind of keep going with it, a Timid Nature, just to be fast enough to outspeed the 108 108 base speed, Iron Jugulus. But hey, if it's apparently a timid nature and booster, it won't matter anyways. Next is Nobara, and I gave it red card. I wanted to be a little different with it. I went for like the max attack, gave myself a defensive boost, stamina of course with 104 HP. The idea was that I can be able to withstand a +2 attacking Ceruledge, and then red card would force it to do its thing. I did Thunderbolt because we can pretty much one-shot Mantine that way, mostly. And with Draco Meteor, you know, hard-hitting dragon-type move, Flash Cannon hits pretty hard, and then there's Earthquake. Now, when I kind of think about it, you know, Earthquake was for Raikou, pretty much. Just to take out Raikou. And that's why I kind of made myself Modest Nature, because I think the difference between it, I would have only done at most maybe like 50. I think two-shotting no matter what. I two-shot no matter what with Earthquake, I'm pretty sure, when I calced it. And red card, once you use it, can just definitely move out Ceruledge when I need to. And anything else, Sail Out B, we didn't really need it that bad. Then I have Babe Magnet, the Togekiss. I went for a Bold Nature. Again, I based this Pokemon off of dealing with Ceruledge. So it got to a point where I saw Bronzong or Ceruledge first. I'm leading with Togekiss. The idea was either to trick it with Choice Specs, but it still hits extremely hard because I think, 277 special attack times the 1.5 boost. So if I put like one investment piece, it mostly makes it, I think, that's 138 and a half. So that'll put me at like 415 for special attack. So it's still going to hit extremely hard like a truck if I just attack with Air Slash. And then Thunder Wave, Trick, Toxic. Mostly Toxic so I can just chip Pokemon for damage, and Thunder Wave to take advantage of the speed tiering. Trick is, though, necessary just to get Ceruledge on its butt. That's all. And then Kevin Durant. Typical Choice Band set with Hustle. Crunch, Iron Head, Stompy Tantrum, and First Impression. By testing this, and I went for Jolly Nature instead of Adamant, mostly because I just need to still, again, outspeed the Iron Jugulus. And the cool part is that First Impression one-shots a lot of things for neutral damage, because with Choice Band and Current Attack, it pretty much doubles it and puts it up to like 634, and we just cause mayhem. And it's pretty strong, hits pretty hard, and still has really good speed, and we still have enough decent defenses to take at least one hit that doesn't fry us to death. And that's mostly it with it. So I think really this team was kind of off the wall because of how I mainly made Mamoswine coordinates. And then Babe Magnet was just meant to be such a massive, like, wrench. But, hey, we can kind of get started now. And as you see, change the viewpoint, put it in our perspective. You see Raikou. So no Ceruledge. And that gave me a lot of relief. I knew Mantine and Raikou were going to be there because in case they were dealing with rain, you have a Pokemon that can directly block water. Because I think it gets water absorbed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so most likely I have water absorbed. And then Raikou over there just can dispatch my water types pretty badly. And also has really good speed too. We have a terrible speed tier. I'll probably talk about that more during the mid-season review. Aside from that, I really do think that seeing Blood Moon Nurse Luna, it didn't put fear in me because I feel like no matter what I have ways of dealing with it, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be Assault Vest or not. We don't know. Congoleer was expected, Mega Sceptile was expected, but, that's kind of how I would see it. I knew Pheasantipity. I thought Pheasantipity wasn't going to come because I had so many things that could just deal with it. Because that thing does have a lot of defensive capabilities, but at worst, it's just more the fact that I have like Heat Wave and Sludge Bomb and stuff, which does pretty decent damage to poison types. Well, not poison types, a very poison type of Fierce. So, let's get started. So, first turn goes into Raikou, I go into Mamoswine. So, it already looks pretty decent here. I was going to set up screens or whatnot here, but I think I set up what first? No, I did screens. So, I got scared thinking that I wouldn't survive Skull. I don't know why I didn't stay in. I could have just, went for Reflect right there if I knew I was going to survive it pretty well. So, those are the stalls. And I also based the speed on Behemoth just fast enough to outspeed Mantine in certain sequences, just to be fast enough. And it worked out. So, stamina boost we got, and then went switching out to Oatmeal, and I'm like, alright, let me go into Togekiss. I thought that was a really good read, and that not nearly got me out of my butt. So I thought, hey, let me go for the Air Slash, and the miss just occurred. So I'm like, let's go back into Mamoswine. Goes for the U-turn, only does around 9%, goes back into Congo. Alright, let me activate this Reflect, Drain Punch, look at that, eating that, yum yum delicious. Switching out back into Thunderous T, then the Drain Punch again, doesn't do too much. I'll start setting up on Raikou. So my assumption was I didn't know what Raikou even had. I thought it was going to be like maybe leftovers or some kind of setup. I thought I could get the +2 boost and start really sweeping hard. But actually, no. They also forgot that I have Bulbasaur. And then I have Sludge Wave where, okay, they did 45% at +2, so that thing is definitely Assault Vest. Has to be. We survived 2 of the skulls, no burns by luck, which is pretty nice. So I thought, hey, let me just get this thing out of the way just so I can now take a little bit of speed. Then went to this. You know, this really threw me off. Going for Rock Slide. The fact I survived, that makes me happy, but I'm just like, Rock Slide? Yes, Rock Slide. This is a physical Mega Sceptile. That is different. It goes right into Pheasantipity. I'm like, screw this, go into Arcalunon. And then they go right into a U-turn. I'm like, alright, let me go for Flash Cannon, just because. And then getting the special defense drop made me go and think, oh, this is no-brainer. No-brainer, I'm going for Thunderbolt. We're one-shotting. But then, even then, Walkenberry withstood all that, and then basically he was going to do 122%. He was going to one-shot. But then, right here, goes for Miracle. This tilted me. This tilted me so bad. My brain was like, okay, we're cooked. Well, not cooked, but like, oh, I didn't expect this to happen. So, yeah, they kind of got the lead on me right here. So I'm like, let me activate Light Screen first. And even if I get burned, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to activate Reflect. And I thought, alright, now we're primed in position. I'm going to go right into Iron Moth, set up my substitute. Because I think if they switch down to anything else, I'm like, oh, this is fine. I can deal. Then they see it for the stall. It's not going to do enough. Thank you, Light Screen. I go for Meteor Beam, and then one-shot 5. And now I'm +1 special attack, and we basically can kind of run tail on anyone. And then I'm thinking, alright, Fiery Dance. That still didn't do anywhere near enough. Goes for distance, I'm like, well, Sludge Bomb's not very good for this anyways. If I just set up, yeah, one more substitute, yeah, Sludge Bomb's doing nothing. It's not doing anything. And then I'm going to go for Fiery Dance, and then we get the boost again. So that was cool. Tries to go for Sludge Bomb again. Resisted. Then I'm just like, oh, we're in a good spot. Go for Fiery Dance again. Knockout City. And now it's like, oh, things are looking pretty decent. So here's the cool thing. I thought, well, I'm kind of fine with losing Bernie, because I think, depending on what this was, it was Assault Vest, and I mean, looking at the crit, I'm like, yeah, Assault Vest would have done 47% at +2. But the critical hit was very necessary. Getting the Hyper Voice, I'm like, I survived at 5%. My thick strat worked. It worked. That's pretty good. I like the fact that I withstood that. So I'm thinking, I'm in an even better position now. Because I'm thinking Hyper Voice, meaning that we withstood it. I thought they were going to just go for, like, Earth Power. So the fact that I got to survive that, I knew Hyper Voice was a possibility. And, oh, if it's anything higher, it's going to just knock me out. But it wasn't. So then, going for Vacuum Wave, and it still didn't break the sub. That was great. This was a great moment. So far, bam, 3 kills by coordinates alone. And then, we go to Mega Sceptile. Now I'm going to go for Sludge Wave, get the knockout in. So this is looking fantastic. Like this is great. We're up 4-1, but I can still lose this game. This game is still losable. Going for the Mach Punch, because I don't think I would have withstood. It's quad resistant. The punching glove. I don't know. Go for the Air Slash and get the one-shot with respect. And that's a good one right there. I feel fantastic after that one. That was a really good game. Scout really gave me a pretty tough time. And it felt really nice to realize that I was kind of just so unsure about Iron Moth that I kind of feel like I figured it out, or at least understood what I can do with it. That was pretty cool. Dickel Thompson did its job. Behemoth did fantastic as a screen setter. Otherwise, I still have not gotten to use Durant yet, but I feel like it's a lucky charm. If I bring it, then we just win. So, you know. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to deal with next week, because that's probably our worst matchup, and I have to think outside the box again. And I'll see you guys next time.